things we've seen lately has been an explosion of fintech brands around the world, and that's no less true in Asia, where we've seen, according to BCG, a growth of more than 100% in the number of fintechs over the last 18 months. There are a few drivers behind that as I've been looking at it. One of those is effectively there's an openness to non-traditional brands on the part of a lot of the consumers in the Asia region. In particular, because some of those brands have come out of the super apps that have made inroads into non-financial services areas like e-commerce or ride-hailing, and then have expanded out from there. So they've grown trust and capability in a non-financial services space and or an adjacent space. I'm thinking of the likes of Alipay and WeChat Pay, but I'm also thinking of Grab and Gojek out of Singapore and Indonesia. The second thing I think that's contributed to the growth of fintech in Asia has been the fact that there's this large unbanked population, particularly in markets like China and Indonesia, just in terms of sheer number of people that don't have access to banking. There's a lot of people that are financially excluded, and a lot of the innovation that's occurring within the fintech market is targeting these individuals and bringing them to financial services, again, starting from a payments focus. And the third aspect, I think, and something that we're seeing more recently, is government licensing and an openness to digital-only brands. So we've seen the rise of digital-only banks in Hong Kong, the Singaporean government, Malaysian government putting out digital banking licenses. And in December last year, we saw 4 Singaporean digital-only banking licenses granted. 2 of those were for some of these brands that I've been talking about on the super app side. So Ant and Grab have been awarded those licenses, Grab in consortium with Singtel. Basically, they're starting off from a kind of credibility perspective in those markets because a lot of consumers are using them and are familiar with them. And that's really the key, I think, to success and longevity going forward. The way I see it is that payments is generally the area of financial services that consumers are most comfortable using from a non-traditional brand. And that's why we see a lot of innovation, a lot of non-banking brands enter into the payment space. These brands are all starting in that space, and they're developing their brands from there and their services into financial services from there. So going forward, I think we can expect to see this initial focus on payments lead to a greater and greater comfort amongst consumers, and that comfort, given the right opportunity, will turn into usage, and we'll see a continued growth of a strong fintech sector across Asia.